Hello, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. I just need to, I am very late today. I do apologize. Let me just, I'm sorry about this. Checking the internet, it's working. Okay. Well, I think that the latest news are, what is it? Sorry, I just have a thing here. It's a window that's annoying me. Okay. The latest news from Mary, I think, are the news that we were waiting for. Not that we wanted negative news, obviously not. It's just that I think there are, it left us with a lot of questions, and at least it left me with a lot of questions on how things are ran in Taygeta and Sadi Clayer, and how they actually work and how they think. Uh, I, I mean, I understand that society here on Earth is completely different to how society is outside, but just when I know how they work and what they're like, Mary comes out with these type of videos, and it just throws everything out the window for me. At least for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's being a little difficult for me to understand such a different society from Earth. I think, I do, I guess it's, well, difficult for me. It might not be difficult for someone else. It depends. But I mean, I'm an anthropologist. We study societies, we study humans and how they live and etc. in a holistic way. And so you would think, it cannot be that difficult. Well, there are so many different aspects to what makes a society, especially when you haven't experienced it as a human here in your whole life. For example, here, the oppression to remembering past lives, you kind of have an idea, a hint, a strong feeling about it, a certain feeling about something else. But for me, there are little bits here and there. But because they're so strong, I take them as past lives, not as something that I imagine. Even with that, uh, Mary keeps surprising me with videos. Anyway, uh, um, okay, where do I start? There's so much to say here, and I hope that you will be able to share your thoughts at the same time. I'll try to read them at the same time, and we can kind of have a conversation of what's going on here. Remember, with the previous video, I was telling you guys that we wanted other news. We wanted these news, but she gave us something else. Iris scans, and before that, she gave us a detail about 17 mice in the cyclone that they had to take back to Earth, etc., etc. And I'm thinking, shouldn't she be giving us other type of information, because we do know that things are happening up there that are very unfortunate, and well, they mirror, of course, what's happening down here. So, and we are invested in this, so we do um, listen, and we do like to know more, and we want to, and we anticipate it. So I was writing notes. Um, and the thing is, first of all, with the other videos, News 53, I was really perplexed by the fact that, uh, um, for example, with the medical aspect, I thought that Mary was receiving, I cannot say it wasn't the best, but I imagine that if if a treatment is not working, that they would consult with other medical teams on the other ships, uh, and a- 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 and have this collaboration between medical staff. But apparently, it was not like that, and I found this hermetic attitude and way of running the crew in the Sariklayar very odd, to be honest, because even though the reason for having only 30 people in there and was because those are the only people they could trust, so they were not accepting more people because of trust issues. And apparently here, I don't know, with the latest news, this previous video, I am finding it that there's something else going on here. And I'm just really curious and surprised. And okay, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm disappointed and kind of annoyed. I don't know how I can be like that, but that's how I feel. I mean, whether someone thinks I'm insane or whatever, but it annoys me that the study Claire was run the way it was. Maybe it's the way we were brought up here on Earth, and it doesn't apply to societies outside this Earth because they do not have the, how can I say that, the violent aspect that we suffer since we are born. For example, for us, war, it's what we are used to, we are accustomed to, and having a military uh, force in each country, it's a must, it's number one, and it's there in our heads from the beginning. I mean, we go to school, 5 6 year olds, and they start teaching us about the government, about the military. So, and some of these things here are compulsory in Chile. I know that, I don't know if it's compulsory still now, but men at 18, boys really, when they turn 18, they compulsory have to go and do 1 year in the military. So it's very ingrained in us that certain people who are leaders in a country or in a place, they have security in place. I mean, crew, section of security, taking care of them, and the medical aspect as well is different. There is, it's more, it's important, etc., etc. So because they do take care of the leader, because once if the leader is taken out, you know, who is going to lead, who's going to decide what to do with what, that person is the one that's leading, that's making the things move in a certain way, so they take care of that person. And I just assumed for some reason that this security was in place in the Sariklayar. So from my point of view as a human, knowing and learning of living in this society or growing up in this society, uh, it's kind of obvious that type of security and level of security, especially where you are in orbit in a planet that is incredibly complex and dangerous. They know. I mean, even coming down here, some of them don't want to come down here because they don't like it and it's dangerous. And they are aware of the aggressive and the regressive federation. So I sincerely, and the attack on Alanim. So really, I'm just surprised, perplexed, annoyed, angry, and just disappointed, to be honest, at the level of um, uh, I don't know. Was there an oversight? Really, an oversight? What was it? A difference in society structure between the society here on Earth and the societies outside? What is it? What am I missing? Am I being harsh? Am I being mean? Am I being what, you can share with me in the chat. I would love to know. I would love to have, conversation one on one with someone here, a starseed who knows all about this and follows it. And because to be honest, I feel like my background is in the military, so that's why I have a very uh, I mean, when they let us know about Captain Gorell, I was just thrilled, to be honest. So I have like um how can I say this? It's just familiarity, I guess, for me. Familiarity, all this military aspect of it. Um and I guess it's my feeling from previous lifetimes on the person who is in the pod right now. And it just, it's um so, I'm just trying to explain my point of view, um, my personal point of view of how I feel and who I feel I am, because I cannot confirm to you, yes, I am in the military. The person who's in the pod is a military, the crew of the, I don't know, the Alcione or was or whatever. But I do feel a strong attachment to that part of the society in Taygeta. Just I remember when the four pilots arrived, I was just so proud. My pride was like up here, and I was excited to learn more, but we didn't learn any more about them. But so that's how I'm feeling at the moment. I'm feeling frustrated and annoyed and surprised, and to be honest as well, worried that there isn't a better security in place, taken more serious. I think the seriousness, I thought it was there, especially when there was already an attempt on Eleanor. I mean, they already had an assassination attempt on Eleanor, and they didn't do apparently what was needed. Uh, Did they consult with Captain Gorell? I guess they did. That's why he came to help. But I guess it didn't go further than that. Even, however, maybe they just thought that having the Alcione on their side, beside them, literally, was enough. Um, Obviously, it is not. But if this is a an attack from the astral, some people say, well, what would someone being there, hovering over Mary is going to help in any way if the attack is in the astral? Well, the thing is that these people who are experts in attacks, they can tell a mile away if someone has some type of psychosis. They're trying to look for these things. So uh, obviously, the trained people in the Sarikaya didn't have that type of training. Um, so even though the attack was astral, I think that the signs that people show, the way they behave as a group or singular, people who have the experience to know what an attack is, especially them, I'm sure they know all about this. They can uh, see the signs. So wait a minute, something's off here. People are behaving differently. The group is weird. Um, so to me, it's just, I don't know. I just cannot understand it. I sincerely cannot understand it, and I do hope Mary can explain that aspect of it, um, because it is disappointing. It angers me, to be honest. To be honest, it angers me. I sincerely do hope that the Alcione team crew is now in charge of the security, and protocols are in place, and any training that needs to be given to the Sadiq group, um, it's it's taken, seriously, and because these things can just not go on, they just cannot. Mm, I mean, realizing that after the Alcione medical crew came over, 40 of them, 40 crew members from the medical team came to the Sariclea and started to, Dr. Ware decided that they were going to treat them, take them out of the pod and give them a treatment. It's just now they're getting better. I'm thinking, why weren't they consulted in the first place when they were not getting better? When Mary was suffering all these ailments and problems, and why did they not have other medical teams, experts come and help? Why so hermetic? Obviously, because they were under a spell. They just couldn't think anymore because of the astral attack. But except for Mary and DK, the other was collateral. Uh, uh, what do you call it? Collateral damage attack. Damage. Well, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling at the moment. There's a lot to go over here. Um, so thank you, Jaime, for being here. You were first. Um, Kian, hello, how are you? Uh, Jaime says the military up there are persons and different than here. Yes, they are. They are, but from what I gather, from what Mary explains in detail, the military up there is just as good and as it is here. There's not much difference. So why wasn't that military aspect and security in place in the study clay in the first place? Oh, I'm so angry. Well, that's the point of this channel, is um, to share what we think and be honest and have an open conversation. Because if we are all just how the the New Age movement is saying, just sit, meditate, and love and light, we're not going to get anywhere. Uh, so, one moment, please. I'm going to have to refresh this page. No, I won't. There. Wait a minute. People that come in and are a pain. Well, that's the point, isn't it? Um, oh no. Oh, it was deleted. Good. Seriously. Okay. Kian says, Mary called the missing ship's logs foul play. Yeah, definitely foul play, and not neglect of duties. That indicates to me that they were purposely deleted. So it is not only an astral attack, but also a physical attack. But that's the thing. That's what I mean, Kian. People who have, I think that the Alcione would have seen this. I mean, who doesn't check the logs that they are, in place? There were no any logs for like months. 3 months, was it? That's why I mean, the expertise from the military, they have protocols in place where they tick that everything is working. They double check that everything is working. It's just like they do here in the hospital. Whenever they, for example, the nurses, the doctors, the midwives, anyone who's has access, for example, to medicine that is has to be locked up, they have two people that have to, that if they need access to it, two people need to go in, and one needs to check the other that what they're taking out, it's what they need, and a signature needs to be made, and then someone at the end of the day or at the end of the week has to go in and check that what has been taken out matches what was needed. So apparently this wasn't in place, and they should have been in place because it is the static layer and the queen is there. And it just, to me, it is no, I just don't no, no. For me, it's like, no, I cannot accept it. Just this is it's funny because now I remember how I felt from the failed first contact. Um, so yeah, Kian says. Um, so it is not only an astral attack, but has also a physical attack vector. Yes, all crew members were astrally affected. My prime suspect is the ship's AI. Okay, so it could have been that the AI deleted everything from 3 months previous, before the Alcyone crew came on the Cyclea. I don't know. My prime suspect is the AI. We know Taygetans AI operates from the astral and has access to the ship's log. Oh my god. So we have AI that is against the. There's a lot of people that are pointing at the AI as the culprit here. Priya, hi, how are you? Nice to see you too. Hi, Mrs. Many things we do not know or see to understand, even if we were there. Yeah, but that's the thing. If we don't understand it, we research, we ask, we go and look for things, and we look for answers. Mm, to me, I am not someone who's going to say, okay, I don't understand it, so I'm not going to, it's just something I don't understand, and that's it. No, I want to understand it. I'm going to ask questions, and if that person doesn't give me the answer, that's okay. I'm going to go somewhere else, and maybe I will need to do my own research and do my own investigations and so on. And for me, well, that's the great thing about having this channel and talking to you guys is it's um, trying to get answers, trying to think what's going on here, seeing different aspects of it, learning about your opinions, your point of view. John Wiley, hello, how are you? Welcome. John, what do you think about this? I don't know if you just arrived, but I am kind of upset about what has been happening here. So see, this is the thing. This has been what the Sariclea has been going through, and its crew members, including Mary. It's been for a while now. It's not recently. So that's the thing. I mean, protocol. You've got to check what is happening on the ship, and you have to have people in there that are checking, and then have people from outside that come in to check, because this is the flagship. It's where the queen is. It's where the leadership is. It's where the leadership of of a whole society and orbiting a planet that is incredibly complex and dangerous, dealing with a regressive federation. So for me, I just can't. I just no. I'm not. I just no, no. I don't accept the idea that, well, they are different. Yes, it is a different society, but from the description of the Alcione and its military crew and how they work and how efficient they are and how they follow protocol. They do know what to do. They do know what to do. I mean, they didn't have this protocol in place before because this is something completely new to Taygeta. Is that what it is? This is something completely new. They've never been through this experience, so they never have to put this protocol in place of how to deal with a flagship, a queen in it, orbiting a planet that has these type of problems. Is it their first time and they didn't know and now they know and they're taking action? That could be. I mean, I'm not saying there's always a first time. Definitely, there's always a first time. But it's curious, isn't it? Especially, yeah, I don't know, it is perplexing, very perplexing. The worst part is that we cannot ask them questions and try to understand this. Oh my God, this video left me very perplexed, more perplexed than I thought that I could be. I like the way Mary described in detail everything. I'm sometimes thinking there's so much detail, which is great. I love it. I love the details, to be honest. Um, and I wonder if she's trying to tell us something within the details. I'm just trying to understand what I cannot understand. I just cannot understand. I just cannot accept it. What's happening? Just can't accept it. There's something else I don't know, and I want to know it. There's some information I'm missing, and I want to have it. So I'm trying to look at different aspects of this and saying, well, it's Mary with her details. I mean, she's detailed the chair, cast iron with a stiff leather cushion. Yeah, she's really, I mean, detailed, like the window, 4 times 4, no, her room, 4 times 4 meters, and the window, 40 times 90, and a very thick, transparent titanium alloyed window, 120 centimeters thick. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's just that the timing of giving us this type of information, it's I would have used that time that she takes to explain of all these details to explain what is more going on. So I'm thinking, is there more information in these details that we have to figure out, when we have to put on our thinking cap? And that's how she's able to transmit these videos through the Galactic Federation's um, funnel, because these videos and everything has to go through the Federation. The Federation, once it approves it, we get all this information. Is that what she's trying to do here? John Wiley says they have CIC, Hashmalin, and Shinonem, supposedly the best intel and guards, and yet 2 assassination attempts on their queen. Wonder what the crew are like on the other ships. Exactly. Exactly. So I am thinking, I'm trying to think here, is that enough for what they're used to? Is this something completely new to them? And, they never thought of putting more security in place because they've never in their life history and Taygeta have had to. They're learning. What is it? What is it? Um, I'm not saying that these people, the CIC, the Hashemlins, the Shironims, and everyone there, who's taking care of Mary, I'm sure the security of it. I'm not saying they are incompetent or they didn't know what they were doing. It's just that it's probably enough, and they were doing their jobs, but it was misplaced. There's something, there's other type of security that needs to be in place, which is understandable. It's fine, but how can this be an oversight? It cannot be an oversight. It cannot be. Is it so new to them? It's very perplexing. Mary, what is? Hello, how are you? Hi. Jaime, he says, she's giving us the opportunity to evaluate all around us with all information possible, all this to make them valuable, open, willing to help us. Yes, but it doesn't explain. I think it's normal for them as a holistic society where everyone has a place and opportunity. Yeah. That's the thing as well. It's a completely different society to a society here on Earth. So, they just learning how to navigate in a place that is completely different to what they're used to. And these are the traps or the the unfortunate events that happen when they are in a completely different place that they are learning about, that is completely new, and it's so violent. And so maybe it is something that they just need to learn how to cope with this, how to um, defend themselves. So I guess I understand now. Now I understand why Mary was bringing in so many military ships for defense. She brought them, and they were still attacked. And um, well, at least they've acted now. They've acted now. They know what's going on, and they are putting in place better measures on how to defend themselves, take care of themselves. And I guess that information will be out in the next videos. I think it took too long. Yes, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be the party pooper. I'm going to be the annoying one. I'm going to be the one that has no patience. I'm going to be the one that is that has no what was it that I heard once say, you're too harsh, etc., etc. But and for me, from my point of view here, I find it that they acted too slow. It should have been in place sooner. And what's going on? Obviously, there's foul play there. One thing that she mentioned, Mary said that when she said that she was really surprised on how she was treated in the Alcione. That the crew members who were working on something that was faulty, they stood up when they saw her, and they saluted her as she passed, and she was stunned by this. And she said to Goriel that this was unnecessary. And I'm so happy that Goriel explained that it is necessary. There's respect for rank. And it's true. It's not something that to give you an ego or to give you anything, like ridiculous that we see here. it is essential, he says, to maintain an efficient and loyal chain of command. Um, and it's true because if you are being attacked, if you don't have a certain order in place and certain protocols and ways that you need to behave, you cannot defend yourself and you would all be dead. I mean, the military is there to guard and protect the people. So if these people cannot follow a certain order when they're being attacked, because when you're being attacked, you're not asking, so how should we do this? How should we um, defend our queen? How do we defend our people? What's the defense? Do I go there? Do I make a group here? Who do I listen to? Do I have to be quiet? Can I talk now? Can I say something? No, you just follow orders, because that's the easiest way and the fastest way and the most efficient way to guard and defend people. That's what the military force is there for. So this type of the salute, and to Mary, it's very important. They need to follow this type of protocol and maintain it. The respect for rank. So yes, Mary, yes, it's really, really important. And when it's not happening, um, this respect for rank, when it's not happening, it needs to be pointed out, because it means that the defense, the one that's there when you're being attacked, it's not working well. Something's off. So you need to look into it and have some training or whatever. So it's really, really important. But she didn't know, and she's learning, so it's good. It's a good thing. Um, that's what I was going to say. Mary, when she said, it's so different the way they salute you and the respect that was there, the respect for rank and the Alcione, as opposed to what she found in the Sare Claire, was this, the crew towards her was this familiarity and contempt reigned from most, at least, she said. Familiarity, I'm thinking, okay, but contempt? Really? It's no good. It's no good. You cannot have that. You cannot have that in a flagship at this moment in time with what they're doing here. You just cannot. You cannot have this type of disrespect when you have a negative group wanting to attack you, and as it is the Regressive Federation, you cannot have this type of contempt and insult and disrespect within your crew. You just cannot. It cannot happen. Not here. Not like this. Um, so I'm really surprised what she's saying. I'm really surprised what she's sharing with us, and I'm surprised what's going on there. Um, it shouldn't be. That should not be happening. I'm gonna say it. Jaime says, what we see is a result of low coward attacks. Yes, definitely. Kian, the ship's AI was in a perfect position to gaslight the reality of all crew members. Yes, 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 it's true. It's true. John Wiley. Wait a minute. The ship's AI was in a perfect position to gaslight the reality of all crew members. Excuse me. What do you mean, Kian? I didn't really understand that. The ship's AI was in a perfect position to gaslight the reality. I don't understand that. The reality of all crew members. Okay, I would like to understand that. Um, can you explain to me more what you mean, please? Thank you. See, I wish we could have like a conversation one on one so it could be smooth. Anyway, let's take advantage of what we have right now. John, how come the crew members have delirium psychosis but Mary doesn't? Good question. I like questions. Excellent. Exactly. That's a really good question. Or maybe she did. Um, I think that they all had it. They all had some type of mental problem here. Mental problem. Uh, because they were just not be able to help themselves and see, wait a minute, there's something off here and we need outside help. Mary saw this, and that's why she brought in additional military ships. So, but still, they were unable to see it clearly. At least they saw it in time because she's still alive, and so is DK. So apparently, the attempt on the assassination of Mary and DK, it's now it's really what it they came. Uh, that's the result of all this. That's what they came up with. The way the Sadiclea was ran, it just cannot keep going like that. I really hope that they have made changes. Thank you, Jaime. Yes, the same attacks are on Earth as this, yeah, the same people exactly. Here we are being attacked the same way. Yeah, and we feel it. John Wiley. Then as well, we have a higher tolerance for this. Um, because to be honest, sometimes we have such high tolerance and we ignore it to the point that sometimes it's kind of too late. It's like the piano is falling on your head and the only thing you can do is just step aside, throw yourself on the floor instead of doing something before the piano starts to fall on your head. Which is, yeah. John says, ask, I would like to know what the Ulma think of all this. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how the Ulma runs their flagship. How do they work? They're different species, so they are. It has to be. It must be incredibly different. I don't know. They would have taken over the Viera. Yeah, Jaime, that's true. Mary is Ulma. Oh, that's right. She's Ulma. Yeah, you're right. I'm sure she now has the point of view of the Ulma involved, obviously. John says it could be negative frequency sent via internet radio. Mary have said they are being sick when they visit Earth with a low vibration. They may ask, it could be the negative frequency via internet. Could be. It could be many things, most definitely. Um, the thing, yeah, it could be many things, definitely. I wonder, maybe they're finding out now where the attack is, how it was in place, how it took place, how it happened. Kian says, yes, the ship's AI has contact with all crew members and can suggest to them that they were sick when they weren't. I think the ship's AI could also have access to the result of medical tests. Mm. So it was like placebo effect. La placebo attack. Yes, the ship's AI has contact with all crew members and can suggest to them that they were sick. When they weren't, I think the ship's AI could also have access to the results. Yeah. Could have been the AI. So what are they going to do now with that? Hi, mistress, trying to help Earth. Very personal and way of loving. Yes. And possibly alter the test. That's true because there was a discrepancy between what the logs said, the medical logs said, and what the pods data had, information. It didn't match on the logs. So what's going on there? Probably AI. It could be someone or it could be AI. Bit away. Hello, how are you? Hi, Ellie. Just joined. I think the Urma intervention helped Mary to be very well enough to be one of the three not in the dry medical pod. Ah, you're right. Aha, good point. Didn't think of that. It was not until Mary was away from the ship she got much better. Ah, yes. This, see, that's what I was saying as well. If Mary was getting better in another ship, maybe the people in the Sarikleia need to be out of the ship somehow. Then she says, then Better Way says, it was only after the external intervention of the other support ship and medical staff that the astral spell on them was broken. We don't know. Is it broken once they know what's going on? Yes, because it's like here, I'm assuming that once you know what the problem is, it kind of dissolves automatically, doesn't it? I'm sure that's what happens to them there. So they are getting better because they pointed it out to them. Jaime says their AI is a reflection of their society. Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing, is the AI is a reflection of their society. What's going on? Why is the AI now against them? Foul play from the Federation? Definitely. Well, Mary said that she was going to hold the Federation responsible if anything happened to her crew and herself. So we can automatically say that she's holding them responsible. I like her description. Um, of how the Alcione boarded the Cyclea and what they did. I'm just going to read a little bit of my notes. 4 large shuttles arrived at the Cyclea. High assault teams flooded like 100 military personnel. The Cyclea. Some started to set up a forward operating base in the hangar deck. They lifted several tents and marked a perimeter with something that looked like sandbags and a portable shield glass. And oh my god! And then these multiple what is it? Antennas for communication. So basically, it's for them to not need anything from the Cyclea, is to have everything there that they would need, obviously, so they can be efficient and actually defend what they are defending, or attack if they need to attack. I like that. So the Cyclea's log had not been used for several months, as there were no new entries in it. I guess the AI could have removed those entries prior to the um, to the Alcione arrival on the Santa Clara. The Alcione crew could be. I'm hoping it is, because if no one realized that there were no logs and no one checked in 3 months that there were no logs in place, that's worrisome, isn't it? It's worrying. So I really hope it was deleted by the AI or whatever, or whoever, before they found that out, right? I'm worried. I am worried and angry in some ways, which hints at foul play. Foul play. Now, this is the interesting part. The interesting part, I shouldn't say that. This is the important part. Foul play from who? Several dozen members of the team made their way through the entire static layer, taking position in key locations like the CIC deck and central atrium. They then arrived at the medical bay, where the crew were in pods. This is where they encountered the first resistance to their boarding, even though it was authorized by Mary. There shouldn't be resistance. There should not be resistance. Medical team and the Santa Clara, you should not put, no, there shouldn't be a resistance there. Maybe, see, this is the thing. Maybe they just didn't know how to go about this. This is probably new to them. I'm thinking this is new to them. Yes, I'm angry. I'll keep saying it. Even though it was authorized by her and accepted by the remaining few people on board. 40 medical crew members from the Alcione boarded the Santa Clara. 40. Those 40 medical crew members should have been consulted, or at least the three main doctors, Dr. Ware, Dr. Carell, and one more, which I cannot remember the name. So then they asked for the biometric and medical data of each sick person in the pod. And the medical data in the ship did not match the data from the pods. And that's where Dr. Ware initiated an alternative treatment for the people in the pods. But the Sediclea medical crew got feisty and pulled rank. On the Alcione members, and they had to stand down. What's going on here? What is going on here? There needs to be, I'm thinking, because Mary currently apparently is not in the Alcione anymore, from how she said that while she was in the Alcione, there was a lot of noise and she couldn't sleep. So while she was on the Alcione, so she's not in the Alcione ship anymore, she's back on the Santa Clara. Is there new protocols in place, a new way to carry out their duties and how they work? There has to be a whole new way of doing things now. They cannot keep doing this the way they were used to, because they already know it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It is obvious. So something new needs to be done. I am very invested in this. Better way, it says it was astral deception, no AI. Yes, the thing is that AI, we're thinking about the altering um, and the data uh, and the logs and the static layer logs. So we're thinking maybe the AI altered this, but the attack was from the astral. Is that what you mean? So in better ways, it was astral deception, not AI, in my opinion. AI was always reporting correctly, but the doctor wasn't seeing the results, but had a projection. But had a projection. It was confirming her wrong analysis. It was not intentional by her. She was attacked as all of them were. This was my impression of the events. Got it. Okay, I understand what you mean. Right. Okay, I get it. Okay, so if that is it, why are the logs missing? 3 months of information missing. But yeah, that makes sense what you're saying. So they were acting, yeah, they were influenced. They were influenced. So all these behavior of contempt that Mary describes against her, or the crew itself, it was something that maybe was guided by the astral attacks, or has it always been like this in the psychic layer? Mary, we need to talk to you. We have questions about a little chat. Jaime says they were on survival mode, like here on Earth. They were definitely on survival mode. And that's what I mean. They should not be in survival mode. That's why the military aspect is there. That's why the military is there. So this does not happen. But yes, you are right. They were in survival mode. Mm. Better Way says, yes, the logs was an aspect I missed. Oh, there's so many things. That's why I like talking to you guys, because you remind us of something, you point at something, and then we make the puzzle. I think the astral attack has been building since Queen Eleanor was removed. Good point. There was something not normal going on. Yeah, right. It wasn't normal. I was thinking, our society is so different that something's off here. That we think something's not right. And I'll keep saying over and over again, and people, I don't know. That's why communication is so important with us, so we can get our questions answered. How I would like to see the Taygetans reactions to what we say, at least to what I say, because I try to be as candid as possible. Um, yeah. See, this is the thing with reactions. If I could see the reactions on their faces, I can kind of gauge what is, the difference the difference between our society, or I can kind of gauge whether I am way off the mark and I have really no idea what I'm doing, or it's just such a difference, and we need to more communication and understanding of what's going on. So I only have this channel. There was something not normal going on. Next report will be interesting to know more. Yes. Well, I think they are reading all our questions or all our frustrations, um, conclusions. Hi, Mrs. Funny, we are analyzing them like they had done us too. Yeah. Yeah, they've analyzed us and they sent us videos on their, on what they find when they analyze us. And now we're doing the same to them. We're analyzing them when we're doing videos and telling them. It's good. I like it. It's like a game. See, this is great because, we learn from them. They learn from us. I really hope they learn from us because, yeah. Uh, yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I like it. Mm. Jaime says, knowing all this, how would you react? I bet there are many valid points. Yeah. John says, do you think there was an astral attack on Alinam? But then they said she was poisoned from fruit, yet no one else was poisoned. Yeah. Could have been. Yeah. Certainly. Could have been. Yeah. I mean, now they are obviously, do you know what I think? I think that um, Captain Gorel and his team should be put in place to investigate everything that has been going on, including the attempt on LNM, and check and double check. They have the capacity, the knowledge to do this. They have the resources to do this, and I think this needs to happen because it cannot go on. That cannot go on. No, no, it's too messy. It shouldn't be messy. The Sariclea, the flagship with the queen in it, the leadership, and this scenario, it shouldn't be messy like that. And it shouldn't be vulnerable to these type of attacks. No, no. Something else should be put in place. Things need to be run differently. Martin Mofer, hello, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, this has to stop, right? I know it has to stop. Um, so the medical crew member from the Alcione uh, diagnosed the crew of the Sariclea with a psychosomatic illness generated by sheer induced delirium psychosis generated by a strong and coordinated astral attack aimed at Mary and DK. The rest of the crew were only collateral. So this psychosomatic illness generated by the share-induced delirium psychosis blah, 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 was an attack on Mary and DK, and the rest of them was just collateral. I think that my anger is not towards anyone. um, it worries me. It worries, what worries me? It's their well-being, for their well-being. they were sick for such a long time. They were suffering, it affects you. They were alone. From what we can see, they were alone in the static layer. That was the idea of the attack. Mm. They suffered. They were not getting better, and so my anger is not towards them. Um, and I am glad that they're getting better, and I do hope they recover, and they are well, and they are able to continue. My anger is towards the I mean, different protocols should be put in place, and this type of work that they're carrying out in the Sarikleya, the Taygetans are doing. Things need to be done differently because this leaves them vulnerable. That's what I'm angry about. It leaves them vulnerable, and we have Taygetans suffering there. And as I look at it really makes me sad because um, I feel like they were alone in a tin can, suffering, and nothing was being done. And it's not because they were careless or mm, whatever. It's just that the protocols were not in place. The defense was not in place. What? Where did it go wrong? That's what angers me. What happened? And the anger is because that should not have happened. So um, my anger is because you want to know what happened and uh, and fix it so this doesn't happen again. Um, yeah, that's where my anger is coming from. Yeah. They should not be going through this. They should not be suffering. They've been here giving us a lot of information, videos. They've done a lot for us, and they keep helping us, and they are here looking after us, etc. And they should not be suffering like this. They should be well taken care of. So that's what annoys me and angers me that they shouldn't suffer like this. They should be well taken care of. So my anger is not that they did things wrong or they didn't know how. It's just that something wasn't working here. It makes me sad that they were not well. And it made me even more sad now that I realized that if you will look at it from a different point of view, they were like these 30 people in the Sadic layer, like alone in a tin can and orbiting the planet. And mm, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. Anyway, things are turning and they are getting better. Apparently, Jassy is jumping up and down on her bed. Mary is feeling better. She's not on the Acción anymore, so I'm thinking she's back on the Sariclea. If she's back on the Sariclea, there are obviously things are getting better. She feels safer. Maybe she knows more what's going on to the extent that she can go back to what she's doing. Yeah. Hmm. So many things. So many things. Chat test. Hi, Mrs. Many times my anger is thinking injustice. Yeah. Yeah, I think right now, as Mary said, defense is what they need right now. They need more defense, more security, much, much more. She was right to bring all these ships. When she was bringing all these ships, and I thought, wait a minute, why so many, and they're not saying anything? They are being attacked, obviously. Just that in my mind, I thought they were like firing attacks. Like they were firing on them. That type of war. Um, and it's quite as deep. It's quite different, and it's more lethal, and it's under the rug. No one sees it. Because firing, other races would see it. They see it because there's fire, it literally lights up. But here, no one sees it. Mm, yeah. Okay. So that's my take on the latest news. How I feel, what I think. There are many questions as well. I think the questions that we have is the questions that they have, and they are investigating. Obviously, Captain Gorel, I think, and his members, his crew, are onto it. They're investigating all this. If Alan, I hope that he's being put in charge in terms of the security of the Sariclea. Mm, it's better, I think. That's what he's there for, isn't it? That's what it's there for. That's what the military force is there for. So let them do the work that uh, they have been trained to do. Let them carry out their knowledge and everything that they can do to support everything that the work that they're doing in the Saniclea. The 30 members are working for us and helping us. So, and they cannot, if they're helping us, they cannot be doing also the security aspect of it. They need a larger security staff, larger security force. Uh, Most certainly. Yes, most certainly. I am still curious about the details of Mary, from Mary. Is there some code in there that we need to decipher, decode? I mean, there's a lot of like intricate detail. I mean, for example, the door. Just, I don't know about you guys, but I am a military. I don't know, my past lives or whatever. But it's very military, and I've always been like this, even as a kid. And when I hear this detail of the ship, I'm like, oh my god, it's like that's my place. It's like, yep, that's how it works. Um, he would say that it was a very uncomfortable ship, and I'm like, no, it's not uncomfortable. Um, and she says, they explained to her when she got on the ship and she went to her room. They said to her, and that's what she detailed. She said the door push buttons no longer work, as they only make an air escape sound as they are pushed, not having enough air pressure to move the pneumatic sliding doors installed. And sliding doors. They installed manual levers on the floor, which you had to pump several times. I love it. To get the air pressure high enough to move the doors open. There was another improvised lever on the other side of the side of the door. And in case of an emergency, here we have a fire axe behind this panel. Of course, Mary. This is how it works. Okay, that was wonderful. I loved hearing that. I really did. It's it's definitely a military ship. So good. And after she was filled with Tagetan medicine, painkillers that didn't work, uh, she found that she realized that the sliding doors were transparent windows. So she put some blankets and things on it to have some privacy. Oh, I just like it so much. It's great to have the detail. But what was the point of all these details? Um, she also mentioned a lot how uncomfortable it was compared to the Sariclea. So she detailed a lot of the Alcione and how different it is to the Sariclea. And could it be that I'm just trying to find answers. Could it be that the details of the Alcione military ship, the description of it is to try and really make us understand or finally believe? I don't know, because I feel like they have to really give us a lot of information for us to finally say, oh, right, so they do have a military force there. They're not holistic or love and light, you know. So it's the details of this, of the azione, the military aspect, to try and really convince us in some way. Um, I do not need convincing. I just love the details. But many, I think, starseeds need all this information to really understand that, yes, the military aspect is very good. It does work. And it is how we know it is, you know, because the only knowledge that we have here at the moment as humans is the one that we have in this society. So at times we think that we don't know how the military aspect is outside. So we can be easily manipulated in that regard as well, you know. That's why the society is manipulated in such a way so that uh, they can implement all these ridiculous agendas because we don't have the knowledge, you know. They leave us without knowledge, and then they teach us something that doesn't work. For example, the the science that is so restricted, the mathematics of base 10, which is not going to get us anywhere, let alone free energy. So are these details used for us to take ourselves out from the new age mentality, you know, the new age agenda where everyone out there is love and light, meditating and just being happy, 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 exchanging fruit. Um, so I think that these details could be that, uh, and say, look, we are more people out here. We are like you. It's just that some things as well you don't understand, you don't see how they affect you. For example, the astral. We can't see it. We now we're kind of understanding it, and still we don't know if what's happening to us is just us eating badly or it was actually an attack. You know, they can probably know more about it. We cannot. So so that aspect as well, they need to include and detail and explain for us to also take into consideration what it means to be attacked, what it means to be at war. In all honesty, I just never thought that being at war out there was also on the astral this way. So I think that the details of all this helps us understand more because we don't have that information here. We cannot perceive it because of the 3D aspect of it. Jaime says justice should have no boundaries and should not be challenged at all. True, true. John, I wonder if they have or will have an astral military department like the Cabal have here and target people here. I really hope so. How would they do that? Oh my goodness, I have no idea. But yeah, they should have. Well, were they? Right? It's more complicated than that, I guess. It's like, for example, and I get it, I get it. In my experience, in my little experience, in my existence here as a human who is unaware of many, many things. But I can give an example that'll make sense to everyone. For example, I'm a person who can read tarot cards since I was 20. Actually, since I was very small. But I started reading for people at 20. And for some reason, I can see a lot of things. And I am 50 now, 49 years old. So throughout the years, especially my family, friends, and people I've read to, they can confirm that what I tell them and what I see, future events and so on, it's right on. I actually see it because they've had time over the years to confirm it. So my mother would always say to me, but how can you have this type of problem, whatever problem it was, if you have this ability to see so much, to see and do things? Why do you have this problem? It shouldn't happen. And I tell her, I'm just human. I also have emotions and feelings, and I'm learning. So I sometimes, I understand, especially in the astral side, not the military side. I'm still angry at that. But the astral side, if they do have a military front there, there's still people, and they didn't see it. That was that the reason they were attacked. They couldn't see it, obviously, because they were under a spell as such. So, you live and learn, and you take then precautions and so on. So, in that respect, I understand it. I understand it. Um, that's how I can compare it from my point of view. Mm, good question. Jaime says she was missing her ship. Yeah, exactly. Mary, she was definitely missing her ship. Yeah, you can tell. I would be very, very happy in the Alcione. I would enjoy the Hastaric Leia, yes. But I will be happy in the Alcione. You know why? Because I keep telling people, because I don't have a car at the moment, and I want to get one, and I tell them, I don't want these. Obviously, I'm not gonna want this automatic one, these electric ones. No, obviously not. From what we know now, we're not gonna get one. I don't want one of those, and I want the manual ones. The old ones that use petrol, the ones that don't have the the screen that tells you if you're backing and you're not going to hit anything. I want to roll down the windows. I want an old pickup truck that I can drive and feel it and put petrol in it. And those strong pickup trucks. Those old ones, or those strong jeeps. The old ones. Like a proper car. I don't know. Um, that's the type of car I would love to have right now if I get one, not the city electrical ones. No. So I would be very happy in Melton. Um, However, I have to admit, I do enjoy comfort. I think people um, from my way of I don't know, dressing or whatever, they realize that yes, I do like comforts and pretty things, and oh my god, definitely, and dresses, yes, of course. But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't enjoy the Alcione. John Wiley says, I was quite surprised at the state the Alcione was. It's true. It's like that. It's like that. I was not surprised. I was quite surprised at the state the Alcione was in with the noises and things broken. I guess nothing is perfect, yeah, and it's a battleship, but still you would think they would be on top of things that don't function. It was only when Mary pointed it out to them. I don't think she pointed it out to them. I think what she said that she was very surprised at the efficiency and the quickness of the crew to fix something. Not because she pointed it out. It's just that after 5 minutes of seeing something that's not working, it was getting fixed. So it seems like that I think she was trying to say the efficiency, but I don't think she pointed it out. I would have to hear it again. Yeah, or maybe she did. But yeah, those type of ships, they are, yeah, like that. I think it's normal. John says, John S. says, the New Age movement are fully infiltrated and controlled by the CIA and more. Oh, yes, certainly. I mean, the New Age is an agenda for the people that are stepping out of religion and wanting to explore something else, spirituality, for example. So they jump and they say, hey, this is the New Age. Yes, the New Age movement is an agenda. Yeah, it's another religion, in all honesty. It is. Yes, definitely. Actually, the CIA, should I say that? Because Mary doesn't say it. She says the three-letter word agency. They are the ones that invented the New Age movement. They are the authors of it. That's what the Taygetans told us. Hi, Mrs. I guess all goes into the our point of interesting focus and how our ship looks like. Yeah, that's true. Yes, it's very true. How interesting. So, well, I am looking forward to the next news from Mary. Definitely looking forward to it. What she has to share with us. I hope she learns about our distress, my anger. My anger is because of your safety and your crew, not at you or your crew. I have to point that out again. Um, that's my frustration. Yeah, I hope she reads, and they do read our comments, listen to our videos. Uh, yeah. Oh, by the way, I was listening to Mary's video, and I was speeding it up. You can speed it up, 1.2, 1.5, and I had it at 1.2 or 1.5 or something, and I was listening to it, and it's like, and I could, you can take it in because some videos you cannot speed them up because it's just your brain explodes. You just can't keep up. You can't hear it. And I spit it up, and I'm like, what? And then I put it back to normal. I don't know if you've tried it, and it looks like she is talking like this. And it kind of worried me because the other times that I've been listening to it in a normal way, was my brain that slow? I mean, I know that I talk kind of slow. That's true. It's because my brain has difficulty translating it into words. It's not something that I am good at. Some people can talk really fast and I cannot do it. And I can do it a very few times, but usually I cannot. But yeah, but it sounds so very slow. So try it. If you're listening at normal speed, do it at 1.2 or 1.5 and just listen to it, you know, a couple of them. And you will be able, I'm sure you'll be able to follow it really easily without any problems, especially when you forget about it. But then when you put it back into normal, you'll be surprised that it goes like this. And it's very, very slow. And it worries me. I'm thinking, is my brain so slow? Oh my God. It's creepy. It's really creepy. I don't know if you've experienced it. Better Way says, what is nice is we are now experiencing what life is like out in space. I know, isn't it wonderful? Not as TV series, right? But it turns out very close. Yes, that's true. We are no longer just having our visions challenged and expanded. We are sharing the challenges they faced in our personal liberation. No sugar candy. I like it. Yes. How blessed we are to be allowed and extended such opportunities. Thank you to all that have been embracing us. Yes, exactly. Me too. Um, yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. Hence why I'm angry that this is happening and more security was not put in place. Yeah, it's just, when I was reading this, just doing now the live, talking to you guys, I kind of just saw like a tin can with them inside, sick, suffering. It just broke my heart. That's where my anger comes from because they are my people. They're there for us. I'm going to start crying. Mm. John S. says, we are soon getting free energy and much more than from the inner earth people. I don't know. I hope so. I really hope so. We need to change the mathematics to base 12 for free energy to finally be out there. Jaime says, she understands you better than you think, Kelly. Yeah, I think she does. I hope so. Because I sometimes think, I wonder if it can be misinterpreted. Because, you do a video and you're thinking, but the words don't explain everything that you're thinking. And you miss it, and it's interpreted differently. And sometimes I see it in the comments. But I hope so. But I think you're right. I think she understands it. Yeah, I think so. Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me that. Okay, oh my God, it's been an hour and a half. I'm gonna do this now in Spanish. And I need to eat. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the conversation. Thank you so much for keeping me company in the chat and the conversation. Appreciate it. This was good. I think I'm gonna do this from now on. I'm gonna talk less and look at the chat sooner than I was doing before. The thing is, sometimes I have information that just needs to flow out quickly, or else I get sidetracked. But yes, I like this way as well. So it was fun. Thank you so much. Better Way says, I agree about the speed. You've noticed it as well? Is it we are evolving? One downside is you do miss some points. Maybe you miss some points. For them, it must be terribly slow. Because they do use as well telepathy. So yeah. Um, truth truth is based on belief. Facts are proven. Hello, welcome. Haven't seen you here before. Hi. And it says, as you, he, she says, I believe that after the first queen had an assassination attempt, the crew and Mary were scared to let anyone know. Yes, it's true. Or even want to talk to anyone other than themselves. Exactly. They closed themselves off. That's what I mean. Yes. So what they did was close themselves off from everyone. Exactly. This is the thing. That should not have happened. Um, so I am. It's interesting that they made that decision. They behave that way. But then again, the Alcione apparently was not here yet. Uh, they were just learning how to be here, how to interact, what was happening. So I think that they made that decision and they didn't second guess it. I think after a while, Mary realized it, and that's why she brought over all these uh, dreadnoughts, battleships, and so on. So it was a little late. Um, but yes, they did close themselves off. It was very hermetic. Hermetic. Yes, you do not let your enemies know you're bleeding, Jaime. Yes, exactly. It's true. Yes, the military are going to protect them now, and then when they found out, they were protecting them most certainly. Yes, 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 yes. So I'm thinking now they're going to do some changes, make some changes. I hope they are not closed off anymore. And yeah, then again, she might not share this with us. They need to keep this information, I think, private, maybe due to security reasons. I don't know. So let's see what else she is able to share with us. It is appreciated. Thank you for sharing that with us, Mary. Appreciate it. Thank you to everyone in the study, Claire. I'm sorry that you went through all this. I am glad you're getting better. Um, I send my love to you and to obviously everyone else. The Alcione crew, Captain Gorel and crew. It's wonderful. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the conversation, and we have to wait for the next video. It's going to be interesting, and I think our questions might be answered there. Maybe some information will not be released. I'm thinking they do have to take care of themselves, and we do understand it. So, yeah. However, we do like to talking about this. Getting our thoughts out there, which I think it's part of the communication that we are after, and that it's important to have this type of communications between starseeds because it's how we learn and how we kind of stick together, and make it easier for us as well. So thank you, everybody. It's wonderful, and I will see you next time. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow or the next day. Bye bye. Thank you.